Regarding the plan to tighten monetary policy or tapering off by the Federal Reserve, Minister of Finance Sri Mulyani and Governor of Bank Indonesia Periwarjo reminded the impact of the policy to be one of the risks faced by the Indonesian economy. And to discuss it further, already connected via Zoom, Hosiana Evalita Situmorang, economist of Panin Sekuritas. Thank you for joining us. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Pak Fajar.
Yes, regarding our topic today, from the various statements of the Federal Reserve recently, will tapering off really be implemented in the near future?
Yeah, as we see in the Fed meetings in this June, and we know that by the anonymous vote, we see that the Fed will raise its benchmark, its interest rate, FFR, maybe in the 2023. But before, as we know, the Fed also already stated that the Fed will raise its benchmark in 2024. So it seems like the raising rate in the Fed will come faster. But before, as we see, before the Fed will raise its interest rate, so the Fed needs to do a tapering because as we see from the global financial crisis, when the Fed see the economy already hit up, and the Fed already did the tapering since 2013, but for the Fed to raise its benchmark in 2016. So if the Fed will do the FFR raising in 2023 or maybe 2022, so the tapering will come at the latest in the late of 2021 or maybe in 2022.
Okay, but has there any action taken by the Fed already since now?
Yeah. As we see, the statement from Jerome Powell, Governor of the Fed, already states clearly that the Fed will continue its government buying program as we know the quantitative easing. So the tapering will not come in this year, 2021, but we see maybe the probability tapering will come in the late 2022 because the Fed already stated that the economic recovery is still quite weak, and the inflation that we already seen is only seems temporary. And also in the part of some country in Asia, like we see in Southeast Asia, like Singapore, Thailand, and also in the emerging country, even Brazil already raised its benchmark, but like Turkey, but like India also, India still faces uncertainty for its economic recovery due to the increasing cases of COVID-19. So we see since the economic recovery is still not balanced in some countries, but maybe in Asia, but maybe in U.S. and also in developed countries such as in Europe, already seems quite hit up due to its inflation already raising from its forecast. So maybe some central bank will still do the quantitative easing, but we see the tapering will come in late 2022.
Okay, since we know that the tapering off plan will be implemented quite far from 2021, but have the impacts of this tapering off plan already appeared in the Indonesian market specifically?
Specifically, we still didn't see the implication, but due to the rising inflation from expectation and also from forecast, as we know, the inflation in the U.S. already up to 5% for this May. So the implication only the raising of our yield obligation and also the raising of U.S. Treasury yields. So the implication for the stock market is still some of the investor, but not all of the investor, because we see the investor is still in calm situation, because some indicator for the market stability, like a volatility index, is still lower from 30, and also our exchange rate is still quite stable. So that's why even the inflation in U.S. is already beyond forecast, but the stock market is still quite stable. So the implication of a tapering we still didn't see, but the implication of the raising yield and also the inflation, is still a quiet impact to the market.
Okay. I just want to know that what are the things that market participants in Indonesia need to anticipate or need to prepare if indeed the tapering of plan will begin in the next years?
Yeah, but maybe if before we start to prepare what will happen to the market if the tapering starts faster than our expectation, but we need to see clearly what is the indication that the tapering already started in U.S. But in the 2013, when the tapering started, we can see the yield of the obligation in U.S. is decreasing, and also there is outflow from emerging and also Indonesia. But and also we see the depreciation of some exchange rate, and also Indonesia already faced depreciation up to 20% in the 2013 when the tapering started. So the implication to the stock market is clearly from the exchange rate depreciation, because as we know that Indonesia still facing some trauma due to the significant depreciation of exchange rates from the monetary crisis in 1998. But we can see now currently Central Bank of Indonesia already have foreign reserves higher than ever. It can cover up to 9 months. So in my perspective, I can see that how Bank Indonesia really can make our exchange rate stable. So investors need to put their portfolio into sectors that are defensive, but not only to cycle growth, but also defensive like banking, healthcare, and also digital and technology.
Okay, but how about the Indonesian government itself? What should they do in anticipating this tapering of plan, beside monetary authorities like Bank of Indonesia?
Yeah, okay. The government of Indonesia, besides of Bank Indonesia, I think it's a critical moment for Ministry of Finance and also other financial authority due to they need to coordinate with Bank Indonesia how to boost growth. Because as we see after the tapering started 2019, there's some pressure to our growth and also to our exchange rate. Now, because due to this fundamental to be strong, as we need to put the investor perception still good to Indonesia, as we need to maintain their perception due to sovereign rating. So if the coordination of ministry can also boost growth, because as we see, if the tapering come quite faster, maybe in 2022. As we see the growth is still quite uncertain. So first thing that the government needs to do is to make sure that the fundamental growth is already recovered.
Okay, so hopefully all parties or stakeholders are already anticipated with this condition, the tapering of plan, and of course anticipating the impacts, or we called it as taper tantrums. And thank you very much for your analysis today.
Yeah.
We'll see it another time.
Okay.
And stay with us.